Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me express my warm welcome to thank you for attending this webinar. This webinar is offered by sales company. My name is Elaine Liu, the medical device regulatory consultant in sales company, and it is my pleasure to have this opportunity for this webinar about Class 1 medical device feeding and approvals with CFDA in China. During this webinar, if you have any emergency have to leave, you can contact with me for this webinar video recorded. And if you have any question about this webinar, please leave a message in our dashboard or send me email. I will respond to you as soon as possible after this webinar. Okay, let's begin our presentation. This presentation will focus on 6 parts, include data statistic, administrative regulation, the recording procedure and the required document, FAQ, case study, and our China medical device regulatory database. I will start our presentation from introduce the classification of medical device in China. I think the most key information which you're interested in should be which medical device is belong to and be managed as Class 1 medical devices. What is Class 1 medical device under CFDA regulation? Under number 650, regulation on the supervision and administration of medical device. The medical device be divided into 3 main catalogs. According to its risk level, the Class 1 medical device includes the medical device with low risk. The safety and effectiveness of the device can be ensured through the general controls. This part, Class 1 medical device, is which we will highlight today. Class 2 and Class 3 medical device, which their risk level from lower to higher, and the supervision and management tends to be more and more strict. Here we can see the Class 2 medical device requires strict controls, but Class 3 requires special controls. Among these years, with the regulation and administrative of medical device updates, the China Food and Drug Administration increasing the attention on supervision and management of medical device in Chinese market. Now, I will present some data statistics about medical device in China. It includes medical device recording registration in the year of 2015, medical device first recording registration from 2012 to 2015, important medical device first recording registration from 2012 to 2015. The first data statistic relating to the number of medical device recording registration in the year of 2015. This point demonstrates a pie chart, and from this pie chart, we can find the most part referred to the biggest percentage is Class 1 medical device recording. That means the number of Class 1 medical device account for a huge proportion of the medical device market in China. Yes, we know that medical device is the most simple medical device. However, it also could be the most popular and required medical device in the market. You might be thinking that there are lots of Class 1 medical devices has been appeared in the market, and this kind of product are enough material, that therefore the preferred of Class 1 medical devices might be quite less. In my opinion, the Class 1 medical device has bright marketing prospect and the development potential is immeasurable. The second data statistic using a line chart shows the medical device first recording registration from 2012 to 2015. From this line chart, it shows an overall upward trend of the number of medical device first recording registration. It indicates the market of medical device in China is ongoing increasing and the future development will be immeasurable. The third data statistic, which is more related to you, as this line chart shows the date of important medical device first recording registration from 2012 to 2015. From this line chart, it shows an upward change. Is that from 2012 to 2014, the number of important medical device first recording registration with CFDA showed an upward trend. However, only the year from 2014 to 2015, this number showed a tendency to plummet. From this change, it is quite confused for us what's the reason to result this change. In my opinion, it might be due to regulation on the supervision and administrative of medical device in China has updated very much in the year of 2014. With the changing of regulation of medical device in China, most of overseas medical device manufacturers meet up with challenges relating to the limitation from law and regulation in China. It is therefore breaks through the law and regulation challenges in which the overseas manufacturers should pay more attention in the future. Then, in the next part, we will talk about the latest regulatory updates of CFDA regulation on Class 1 medical device in China. It includes a timeline for medical device regulation updates, the key point of administrative regulation updates, and the approval process updates. As familiar with the regulation will be the foundation for you to successfully get the medical device recording registration certificate with CFDA and settle your product in Chinese market. This is a timeline about the medical device regulatory updates from 2000 to now. There are some regulation has been abolished, and increasing regulation has been updated between these years. Among these regulations, which we have mentioned before, the number 650 regulation on the supervision and administration of medical devices is the center of other regulation, and this regulation be published on 7th of March in the year of 2014. Instead of the old one, number 2076 regulation on the supervision and administration of medical device. This is be published in the year of 2000. That means all the regulation is around the regulation number 650 and formulate and expand according to regulation number 650. Just last month, the CFDA published the newest regulation about good clinical practice for medical devices. This regulation further regulated the supervision and management of medical device clinical practice for medical device in China. Now, I will show you the main change from the regulation number 276 in 2000 to number 650 in 2014 for Class 1 medical device. The most crucial point is that Class 1 medical device be managed as registration before, but instead by managed through record now, and the record period from 30 days to be shortened to immediately if application document is completed. The examination standard is from substantive examination to just need formal examination, and the period of the validity from 4 years to indefinite. However, before the clinical evaluation do not required, but the clinical evaluation be required at this moment, and before is enterprise registration first, then go to the product registration. Now is product record first, then go to the enterprise record. On the one hand, the administration of Class 1 medical device treated to be more simple. On the other side, the supervision of Class 1 medical device actually to be more strictly. This point demonstrates the detailed procedure of Class 1 medical device record. With approval from 30 days become immediately, the approval flow also becomes simpler. Here we can see the old laws, Class 1 managed through registration, and the new laws, classroom managed through recording. Comparing with these two procedures, for important classroom medical device, the first important thing is find an authorization agent to represent you to apply for. Then, in the older procedure, come to directly submit your application dossier to the CFDA. However, in the current procedure, there are an extra step before you submit your documents to the CFDA, which you have to notice is that have to go to the subsystem to declare for the classroom medical device record, then go to submit your document. In the following third part, I will explain the specific record procedure and the required document. This part includes the procedure of classroom medical device recording, definition of attributes, classification identification, record filling documentation requirements, the registration management information subsystem for medical device, and the record certificate. It aims to help you clearly understand the record procedure and the required dossier for classroom medical device recording with CFDA. This part 3, I will talk around this flowchart and the work assignment chart. From this chart, first you can clearly understand the procedure of recording from the middle flowchart. From sign the confidential agreement and the service contract, we will help you ready for all applicate document. You as a tenant, you just need to provide us with the basic product information and some required formal document. And we will help you to ready all all the application document. Now we have a look at the detailed procedure and the required document. Firstly, when you provide us with your product detailed information, we will identify that this product is medical device or others. Let's we have a look at the definition of medical device in China. Definition of medical device in China. This is medical device as defined by the regulation refers to any instrument, appearance, appliance, material, or other article, whether used alone or in combination, including the software necessary for its purpose, application, its main effectiveness is achieved via physical way, and so on. And the use of which is to achieve the following intended objectives: diagnose, prevention, monitoring, treatment, or alleviation of disease. Diagnose, monitoring, treatment, alleviation of or compensation for an injured or handicapped conditions. Life support or maintenance, control of conception, offer information for medical or diagnostic purpose, view inspection the human samples. We know most of product is quite clearly, and we can judge it by ourselves, is that medical device or others. However, for some combination products, especially medical device with drugs together, combination products, when we meet such products which has not been confirmed to be managed as medical device or drugs or others, we need to apply for definition of the attributes. We have to ready corresponding document and submit these documents to the relevant department. The relevant department includes Center for Drug Evaluation, Administration Service Center for the CFDA, Center for Medical Device Evaluation. They will set up an evaluation expert group to define the attribute, then give advice for attributes definition, give advice for the attribution definition, and written notice within 20 working days. This is a declared document for the definition, includes the application form, basic information of applicant and the product, the department that plan to submit. Because if If your product prefers to be managed as medical device, you can choose to submit your decline document to the medical device evaluation department. And some supporting document includes product description, model and specification, packing instructions, and other contents to be specified. Another case is that some products that you have insured belong to the medical device. However, it is difficult to identify the class of medical device. This part we will introduce you how to identify the class of medical devices. We have introduced the class level of medical device before, and we know the class level depending on the risk level of the products. This part we will focus on the procedure of classification identification for important medical device, historical review of classification change of some medical device, and some useful advice when classification of your device changed. Firstly, this is the procedure of classification identification for important medical device. When you're ready for the application document, submit the application to management centers of medical device standard. Then the management center will be giving you the identification result, which might be determine the category and informed of the results in classification information system, or just give technical advice of classification, then editing by the medical supervision and management authorities of the CFDA. The CFDA will inform the results by publishing relevant documents. However, the period of classification identification is uncertain. It might be 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. Following, let we look at the historical review of classification change of some medical devices from 2003 to 2014. In 2003, when the SARS period, the classification of infection control face mask was changed from Class 1 to Class 2. In 2006, the biomaterial-based medical device was changed from Class 2 to Class 3, and in 2007, intestinal anastomosis clip was changed from Class 3 to Class 2, and then to 2010, hydroxide cataplasm was changed from Class 2 to Class 3. In 2014, all sterile device sanitary materials, discontent, disinfective, endoscopic supporting instruments, and some orthopedic instruments were changed to at least Class 2. This we will talk in the following point. Here is also some information about some medical device managing category changed. There are some advice deemed to be no longer managed as Class 1 medical device in China. There are that we have talked before. They include sterile content swab, sanitary swab contains disinfectant, surgery instruments used with the endoscope, orthopedic surgery instruments directly contracted with intervertebrate space when used, and the collective packing product contain higher control level medical device. And this is the tips how to comply when classification changes. Determine the new classification of your device. Check if it is compliant with the new product monitoring standard. Petition CFDA for classification determination via online application system and submit the update registration DUSA to CFDA and obtain the new medical device registration certificate. And here is some useful advice when the classification of your device changes. When the classification changes from higher level to lower level, your CFDA license keeps working during the validation. When the classification changes from Class 1 to Class 2 or Class 3, apply for the new CFDA license within 6 months and conduct product testing in CFDA qualified laboratories. Conduct clinical trial in CFDA qualified hospitals if your device is not expanded from clinical trial. Supplement additional submission document package. Classification change from Class 2 to Class 3. Apply for the new CFDA license within 6 months. Check if it is compliant with the new product monitoring standard and submit updated registration dossier to CFDA. If classification changes to non-medical device, you cannot keep using your CFDA license anymore, and you have to apply for other license for your product as the new managing category. Now, let's have a look. Class 1 medical device record filling documentation requirement. This is a required document list of first class medical device record that include 10 documents. The first, the catalog. The second, application form. It can be downloaded from the recording subsystem update part of PDF document. The third, the risk analysis material, depending on the YY0316 application of risk management to medical devices. The fourth, product technical requirement, depending on guideline for product technical required complication. And the fifth, product self-testing report. Class 1 medical device be managed as lower risk, so the testing product should be typical but can be self-testing report. The sixth, clinical evaluation material. It includes intended use, operating environment, adverse reaction. The seventh, instruction level of the minimal marketing unit. The eighth, manufacturing information. The ninth, is some supporting document which the client should be provided for us. That include all of the supporting document from overseas manufacturers is required notarization. That includes a copy of the registration certificate, copy of business license, copy of GMP, ISO 13485 manufacturing license, copy of CE certificates. It's special for EU manufacturers which they need to apply to provide. POA of China agent, letter of commitment of agent, and business license copy of agent. The 10th, the last one, is declaration of conformity. This is a record document list of record when your record change. The most important part is the description of changing situation and related supporting document. That include comparison of change referred to applicant form, comparison of change referred to product technical requirement if the technical requirement changing, if the product name, description, intended use have changed, the change information have to be illegal, and some supporting document. The formal requirement of recording documentation for important medical device recording. Here I have some you have to attention. The first part is some for the supporting document. The first copies shall be signed by your legal persons and sealed. The copies shall be notarized by a local law office and indicate that they are consistent with the originals, and the copies shall be translated in Chinese, and the translation must be sealed and signed by a China agent. The second part is technical document. Documents shall be translated in Chinese. The translation shall be signed by a legal person and sealed. A blue resulting document shall be notarized by a local law office and indicate that the seal and the signature are authentic. Then the copies of the translation shall be sealed and signed by a Chinese agent. For the instruction level of the minimal marketing unit, the files shall be signed by your legal person and sealed. The files shall be notarized by your local law office and indicate that the seal and the signature are authentic, and the copies of the files must be sealed and signed by your China agent. Files from agent, the files be sealed and signed by your China agent. We can find before, we talked about the document notarization. They have two notarization. The first is consistent notarization, refers to the copies of the certificate are consistent with the originals. The second is authenticity notarization, refers to the seal and the signature is authentic. Here is the documents require consistent notarization, includes registration certificate, business license, ISO 13485 certificate, production license, and for the authenticity notarization includes instruction and label, risk analysis report, technical requirements, clinical evaluation materials, and some other documents. After you ready prepare all of the required document, then we go to the registration management information subsystem for medical device to declare for the class 1 medical device record. Let's we have a look at the subsystem. I will introduce to you how to use the registration management information subsystem for medical device. First, you have to go to the China Food and Drug Administration website. This is the link of that website. Then register and log in the registration management information subsystem for medical device. Fill your information and submit some required PDF documents. The system will automatically generate the application form for you. Then print the application form. The application form must be sealed by your China agent. Please be well noted that you should post the paper submission to CFDA and do the live submission in the CFDA within 30 days after you submit the online application form. That means after 30 days, your online application will be invalid. After that, you can submit all your documents to the CFDA. If all the material completed, you will get your record certificate. If not, you will get a one-time supplement the material, then go back to declare your application in the subsystem, then to submit again and to supply the material. Let's we have a look at the records. Now I will show you how to understand the record number in your record certificate. The first, this means CFDA. This means medical device, and this means record, and this means for the year. The 1, 2, 3, 4 is a record serial number. When your record change, the record number will be the same, and after you get your record certificate, the record number have to be labeled in instruction and label of your medical device. The fourth part, I just present two common questions which most customers will be asked for. It was about the record change. The first, if the information of product technical requirements change. If the technical requirements or testing method have changed, the enterprise have to rewrite product technical requirements and change the record according to the guideline of CFDA. If the change unrelated to the technical requirements and the testing method, it is unnecessary to change the record. If the staff, equipment, quality management manual or program document have changed, is it necessary to change record information in the subsystem? Unnecessary. However, it must be legal. This part is a case study, which I will briefly talk about. Class 1 medical device record depends on this scalpel handle. From this picture, we can see this is a scalpel handle, and it's clearly this product is a medical device and belongs to 6801 basic surgery operation instruments as a Class 1 medical device. For imported medical class, first of all, this product has to get the relevant certificates in its local country, such as local FDA medical device certificate, business certificate. Secondly, overseas medical device enterprise have to appoint a Chinese legal representation and service agent to represent for them to apply for the medical device record, then go to ready for the registration document and the relevant document to declare in the subsystem. Finally, submit the document to the CFDA and get the record certificates. This is a Class 1 medical device record certificate with CFDA seal, which we help our clients to get that. We can see this is the record number, and here is the sealed by the CFDA. The final part, let me introduce our China Medical Device Regulatory Database. What is our China Medical Device Regulatory Database, and what can our database do for you, and how to use our database? Our China Medical Device Regulatory Database provides a simple, easy-to-use interface for quick access to China medical device classification, regulations, standards, guidelines, and other important database. It consisted by the first MDCSS medical device classification search system. You can enter your such as intended use, your product description. Our system will help you to identify the classification of your product. The second, the MDCS medical device classification system. The third, MDRGD medical device regulation and guidelines database. The fourth, MDSSS medical device standards search system, and the last one is Medical Device Regulatory Supporting Center. Benefits from CMDRD is classify your medical device, define the technical requirements for your product, determine the regulatory obligations, checking CFDA issues, get the practical advice on regulatory compliance, supporting professional RA specialists online, and removing language and cultural barrier. About how to use our CMDRD, you can access CMDRD by scanning about this quick response code, and you can access CMDRD by inputting this link, or you can access CMDRD by navigating. This is all I talking today. If you have any questions, please do remember me using the email, or you can leave your message in our dashboard. Thank you very much.